I have got 12 inexpensive fragrances that smell amazing. They're going to save you money and they're going to keep you smelling better than everybody else. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. I got videos coming out every couple of days. I hope you'll join us. Also consider giving a click to the like button if you like the video, and let me know in the comments, have you tried these? What do you think about them? Here we go. First off, this is a new pickup for me. I guess it's been out for a year. I had just never heard of it. This is a clone of Born in Roma Coral Fantasy Valentino. Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. This is Lattafa's Jasor. And so this one is kind of an aromatic sweet fragrance. You've got some bergamot and some apple in the opening. You've got some lavender and some aromatic notes. You've also, though, got tobacco. You've got tonka bean. So you've got some rich sweetness mixing with some aromatic fruitiness. This stuff is really good. The tobacco has a little bit of a woody vibe. It's very interesting. It needs to macerate a little bit. I have a feeling that the complexity and the strength of this fragrance is definitely going to mature over the next few weeks. This is Jasor by Lattafa. Next up, this one I think is one of the best, inspiration or dupe pickups that I have made in the past month or two, couple months now. This one is Rayhan's take on JPG Le Male ELIXIR. This is Rayhan ELIXIR. Can you tell by the color scheme what they're going for? This is basically a tobacco honey fragrance. You've got some mint and some lavender in the opening, which do provide a nice, sweet, minty aromatic feel, but then you go down into that honey, tobacco, and vanilla, and it is very similar to the original. I do have the JPG. I've done side by side, and especially now that this one's had a few weeks on the shelf, it's approaching that 90% similar range. Really good stuff. Next up, one that you may not have heard of, one of my favorite fragrances of all time is Azzaro Wanted by Night, another tobacco fragrance. It's more sort of fruity tobacco with some cinnamon and a little bit of incense. Well, that's not the right bottle. This one right here, Fragbar has done a clone, and it's actually really good. This is Fragbar's Wanted by Night Inspiration, and they really capture the fragrance. I will tell you the opening is maybe in that 80 to 85% similar, but the mid and the dry down, as things really start to settle down, it gets closer and closer. If you don't want to spend $70 or $80 now for Wanted by Night, consider picking this up for, I think it was around 23 or 25 for the 30 ml. Really great pickup from Fragbar. All right, next up, we'll go with this one right here from Fragrance World. This one's been out for a while, and the longer it's set on the shelf, the better, the richer, the darker, the stronger it gets. This is their take on Stronger With You Absolutely. This is Proud of You Absolute. It basically smells like Stronger With You with a boozy note. It's that warm, rich, ambery, vanilla, slightly spiced goodness that we know from Stronger With You, but then it's got a boozy note and really good stuff. Great performance on this one as well. Proud of You Absolute. Next up, this is another one from Fragrance World, and this is their take on Latent Exclusive. Beautiful, spicy vanilla fragrance that's got oud and coffee and civet, sort of an interesting animalic funkiness on that top half with kind of a piney vibe. This is ANAK by Fragrance World. And again, this one is very similar to the original. The development of the fragrance, the quality of the fragrance chemicals is not going to quite match Parfums de Marly, but it's pretty dang close. If you want something that smells a whole lot like Latent Exclusive, but for about 20% of the price, ANAK by Fragrance World. Next up, if you like Prada L'Homme, that powdery cardamom, iris, kind of, soapy, clean, fresh goodness that you get from Prodalome, then pick up Riffs Avant-Garde. It is very similar to Prodalome. I actually smelled Prodalome yesterday, sprayed it on my arm out in Ulta, and all over again. I can confirm that this one is A, very similar to Prodalome, and B, stronger than Prodalome. Avant-Garde by Riffs. Probably a touch more cardamom and sweetness on the top with this one, but still very close to the original. This next one, this one blew me away. I mean, this is so gorgeous. If you like Nishane's 100 Silent Ways, or maybe you've never smelled it before, you want to pick up Generic Perfumes 100 Silent Ways. This is their A+, so this is their mid-level. I think it's either a strong EDP or a parfum. It's got excellent performance, but it is an iris fragrance. It is a sweet vanilla iris fragrance with powerful projection. There's a little bit of an aromatic or spicy vibe in there as well, but it's just powdery vanilla iris goodness. I've already gotten a couple compliments on this in the past week that I've had it. Can't get enough of this stuff. 100 Silent Ways A+. All right, next, this is one that I asked for years. Would somebody make a decent clone of Spice Bomb Extreme? And Fragrance World has done it with Marc & Victor Oud Spice Extreme. It is quite similar. In the air, it's very similar to the Viktor & Rolf. I will tell you, Viktor & Rolf is definitely a high-end designer, and they border on niche quality. Just the quality, the development, the sort of multi-layered texture of the fragrances. This one isn't quite there with the quality. There's a little bit of a synthetic vibe and a little bit more of sort of a sweet citrus off of the top, but it's still like 85% similar, and definitely the best you're going to get if you're looking for something that smells like Spice Bomb Extreme. Oud Spice Extreme, Marc & Victor by Fragrance World. All right, this one right here is still one of my favorite from Lattafa, their Maison Alhambra branch. I love Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. And this one right here is Maison Alhambra's take on that DNA, Tobacco Touch by Maison Alhambra. And this stuff is gorgeous. It is rich, dark vanilla. It is textured tobacco. It is powerful, powerful spiciness with licorice and pepper and a touch of clove and some cinnamon. This, very powerful spiciness. It's a powerful fragrance. It's a winter, fall, or evening fragrance for sure. I can't get enough of this stuff. Tobacco Touch by Maison Alhambra. If you like Mancera's Red Tobacco, another powerful vanilla tobacco fragrance, you probably want to pick up this one right here, Paris Corner's Emir Wild and Tobacco. They did a fantastic job with this one. The opening is a little bit different. There's a little bit more of sort of a coarse texture, a little more of an abrasive opening with the Mancera. This one's smoothed out a little, maybe even sweetened up a little in the opening, but once it starts to dry down, all of that goodness of the tobacco and the spice and the licorice, the leather, the oudiness, all of that darkness, that powerful earthy patchouli, it's all here, and it's one of my favorite fragrances. Even though it's an inspiration, this one is epic. And finally, we're talking about fragrances that will save you money and they're going to have you smelling amazing. This one is like a $20 take on the Aventus DNA. It's fruity Aventus. I'm talking about Al Haramain's L'Aventure. They even have an Intense now that's only a couple dollars more. I don't need it though, because this is like an 8-hour fragrance on me, and it is that DNA, that gorgeous, fruity, woody, fresh, dark Aventus feel. It doesn't have much of that smokiness or that birchiness, but if you like a fruity take on Aventus, this one right here is a great pickup for usually around $20, maybe 22, something like that. So that's been 12, but I would love to hear from you. What are the amazing buys that you've found that are going to save you money and they're going to make you smell better than everybody else? Let me know in the comments. Also, remember to give a click to that like button if you like the video and subscribe, because I've got these videos coming out every couple days. I'm Justin. This is Sillage Scents.